Namaskar. I hope you're all well. First of all, I'd like to begin by thanking anyone who supported this very young YouTube channel, Aggressively Serious, where we discuss everything dance and cinema. Many thanks to anyone who's viewed my videos, liked them, subscribed to the channel, and helped spread the word around about it. This means a lot to me as it enables me to continue creating content for you. What you're about to watch today are excerpts from a conversation I recently had with a wonderful dance photographer and friend, Anup, about my journey as an artist so far and my relationship with my arts, dance, and cinema. I had a great time during this conversation, and I hope you do too. If you enjoy this video and the work I've been putting out so far, please view them, comment on the videos, like them, subscribe to the channel, and help spread the word about it. It will mean an immense amount to me. Enjoy the conversation. Many thanks for tuning in today.
So my formal training in dance started well over 2 decades ago. So it's been a long time. But I think the artistic instincts were always there. And like you said, it's usually one's parents who identify those instincts. And that was the case with me as well. My parents were, they've been amazing. They've been a wonderful support system, and they've really been the rock and the glue that have kept me together. So they obviously identified the artistic instinct. They introduced me to a variety of arts, and I was really lucky in that they introduced me to a variety of arts. They let me experience a bit of multiple art forms, and they allowed me to choose what I gravitated towards. They allowed me to choose what I felt I wanted to do. And I actually started schooling and dance together in Kolkata. So uh, they identified that I chose um, Odissi. I don't know why I chose Odissi then, but I think I've continued it because it keeps me centered, it keeps me grounded, it keeps me attached to my culture, and most importantly, it brings me joy. You know, so I started in Kolkata. I was learning from Guru Srimati Arpita Venkatesh, and she was wonderful. I mean, the kind of fortitude and patience it takes to teach such young people is incredible, and she was wonderful. So she introduced me to the intricacies, to the nuances of this ancient tradition. And then we moved to Delhi a few years later. And in Delhi, I started training under Guru Sri Hari Krishna Behera, who really crafted the performer in me, I think. And his approach to his students and his approach to teaching really was that of a sculptor, because he would introduce me to art forms that were allied to dance itself, such as music, literature, the intricacies of rhythm, which really is a math. It's a science in so many ways, and it forms the backbone of our dance traditions. And since his ill health and subsequent demise, um, I I've been training under Guru Srimati Y. Asha Kumari, and she has been a mentor, a friend, a guide. She's really been someone who helps me understand my dance better as well. And I've also been really lucky um, to receive guidance and support from some of the stalwarts of Odissi as well. So I've been incredibly lucky to have amazing gurus and amazing parents who have kept me going. And since then, also, of course, my artistic journey has branched out into filmmaking as well, which I've been formally training in for a while now. So I've been doing that across multiple continents, and that's been an incredibly enriching journey as well. And I think ever since taking up filmmaking, I've sort of learned how dance and filmmaking feed into each other, and skills that overlap and skills that I can learn from one art form that I can bring to another. So it's been wonderful. It reminded me of a conversation I had with a friend when I was on my way back home after having finished. We were returning from a shoot in France, and we were on our way back home when she said, "You know what? We're kind of living our dream life already." And that was such
Hmm.
an interesting thing because we were still students at film school at the time. So to realize that you're living your dream life, and when she said dream life, I think she meant that we're getting to travel, which is what you just said. And travel is such a wonderful form of education,
Hmm.
really, because the more you learn about other cultures, the more you learn about yourself, the more you interact with other cultures and people from multiple diverse backgrounds, the more you discover about yourself. And that's really the education there. So the fact that we were getting to interact with diverse cultures, work with people from diverse backgrounds, and we were learning something new every day. And that's really what she meant by living the dream life. And that's absolutely true. Traveling is it's brilliant because I think having the opportunity to travel extensively, which is one of the gifts that life and art gives you, is such it's a blessing. It's I've learned more about myself through my travels and my time on stage and on film sets than I've learned in any other way. So it's been that's a wonderful thing. But like you also said, travel can be exhausting because there's a lot of preparation that's required. The more you travel, the tougher it can sometimes become to be disciplined and practice. So it's always a balancing act to continue practicing in as disciplined a manner as you would at your home base while you're traveling as well. And that's absolutely essential. So I think I have learned a lot about what keeps me healthy, what keeps me fit, and how I can adapt my schedule and my lifestyle to my travels so that I can continue to practice my art in a disciplined manner. But again, with adaptability, it isn't just about adapting your schedule to remain disciplined. It's, I think, also about being uh, adaptive and open enough to learn from others, learn from people you meet, learn from fellow artists, especially. So yeah, I've learned to learn from others, and I've learned to become aware of myself. So self-awareness and learning from interpersonal relationships and interactions. I think those have been my two biggest takeaways from having traveled and being exposed to other cultures. My favorite instrument, I actually learned the sitar for uh, about a decade. So I'm very closely tied to my sitar, and I really enjoy playing the sitar. And I think that's really added to my understanding of dance as well, because
Hmm.
you can't, I think, become a good dancer unless you understand music. So I was really lucky to have trained in the sitar. I had some wonderful teachers there, and Guruji, Guru Shri Hari Krishna Behra ji was always very clear about the importance of music. So he would often, this was beautiful because I would often walk into a dance class and Guruji would be sitting there with
Hmm.
a harmonium, um, and he had a beautiful voice. He used to sing. He was a trained singer himself. He used to play the mardala, which is the pakhavach, the percussion
Okay.
instrument played in Odissi. So he would make sure that I understood how important music was. Sitar is an instrument that I'm very attached to, but I also trained in the Hindustani vocal music, and I really enjoy playing the harmonium as well. So I think harmonium and sitar are two instruments that I'm very closely tied with, and they're both beautiful instruments. And as far as the specific rag is concerned, and I think my favorite Pallavi, I do have a soft spot for Hansadhwani Pallavi, which is a beautiful Pallavi choreographed by Guru Shri Kelucharan Mahapatraji. And yeah, that is a Pallavi that I really enjoy performing. But again, there are so many rags that are unique to Odissi. I think those are rags that I definitely like to explore more. There are rags that exist across multiple traditions, Hindustani, Odissi, and Carnatic, and there are rags that are exclusive to Odissi that don't exist in any other tradition. And I think I'd really like to learn more about what those rags are and the character of those rags and explore those more. It's quite hard to clearly articulate um,
Hmm.
my relationship with art, I think, because there's a wonderful American author, Toni Morrison, and she once said that oftentimes when you're trying to articulate the most important things in your life, language fails you. So I think
True.
when it comes to articulating my relationship with Odissi and my art, language really can sometimes fall short of accurately expressing that relationship. But I think the best way to describe is it is a dance is everything. It brings me joy, but it also amazes me. It's like sometimes i- you really get in touch with things that can make you feel like you can become the best version of yourself. And in so many ways, dance does that for me. And dance helps me connect with people at a level that a simple conversation can't do. And I think that's the beauty of dance. It's transcendental and it allows you to connect with people from diverse backgrounds who speak diverse languages, just different people. But dance is transcendental. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Any art really is transcendental, but for me it's worship. For me it is um, yeah. For me it's sacred. For me it's part of my everyday, but it is what helps me become the best version of myself. It's what helps me stay grounded. It helps me explore my culture in ways that I don't think I could if I wasn't practicing this art form. And it allows me to completely immerse myself in worship. And yes, that's really what it is. It's spiritual, but it's so much more than that as well.
I hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. I hope to be back here very soon with another interesting video. Till then, a very, very happy Diwali to everyone. Thank you once again for tuning in. Namaskar.